Down, down. Oh, it's a little bit of a delay. Can you see me, everyone? Hello, hello. Put it 13 if you can hear me. I don't even know if you can see me. It's kind of stuck. Is it frozen? It's frozen? Yes? Ah, interesting. Tell me if you can. Wow. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Can you guys see me now? Might be better. Okay, I think you can see me now. I like double screening. Better? Okay. Peace, everybody. Okay, hold on. Is it better? Okay. All right. Okay. I think it's better. All right. Peace to the east, the west, north, and south. This is Fleur Boone today. Lipstick on my teeth. Coming to you today with a wonderful treat for Hallo, Weened. A little bit of an alien disclosure. I'm trying something new, generally, and I see everyone's checking in already. So this is only, I shared the link inside of the chat for those who want to share their alien experiences. This is only for those who want to come out of the closet, the galactic closet, the interdimensional closet, the spirit box closet today. So I figured I'd try this as a little experiment, a little impromptu to see if it's something that you enjoy. Hold on. I'm not the best techie, so hold on, y'all. Okay. So I put the link in. So if you'd like to check on in and share some of your experiences today, let me give a shout out to everyone, big up to everyone today. It is Halloween. It is when the veil is the thinnest that most of you will ever experience. Okay. So for that reason, I wanted to give an opportunity for those who want to come out of the galactic closet to share a story. Now, again, I'm only sharing this as just a little impromptu to see how this works. Because I used to do this on IG Live, right? I'm trying to keep my hands steady. See my doggy? She's wild. Okay. So I want to see if this is helpful, if this works, if you're able to come in. So what you have to do is just click on a link. This is for anyone who wants a cam up. You cannot have your camera on, off, just like I disclose myself to you. I want you to disclose yourself to me. So those are for the very brave who want to come on and check on in. And I will allow people to share their stories today about maybe spiritual stories that they had. Did you see a ghost? Have you seen a loved one lately? Or are you getting phone calls like I did? Have you experienced an alien, interdimensional, extraterrestrial? you know. Again, interdimensional is more of what we most likely will experience in this plane existence. Um, hold on. And if you'd like to share, come on up, y'all. I'm giving you the opportunity to come in Zoom. You always ask me, Fleur, can I come in Zoom? You don't want to come on Patreon. You're getting an opportunity now. It's rare that I do it. So if you'd like to click on the link, I'll bring you in. You got to be cammed up or I'm going to close out. I'd like to have your shares of anything that you've experienced. Have you seen something happen within the last couple days with the pseudo engineered second moon? Have you witnessed it? Whatever you'd like to share would be great. Okay. And make sure it will be only 5 minutes. Just be respectful. And then I will bring everyone in. So I'm excited. Okay. So I see a couple people checking in. Tell me, let me bring them in. Okay. Shirtel. Hey, Shirtel. I see Shirtel is in the house. Hey, Shirtel. I think she's here. Hello, hello. I think her audio is coming in. So we have a sea star who's brave enough to come on in. Come in, Shirtel. Can you, okay, so I see you're on mute. Can you turn your camera on and just click the mute button so I can hear you as well. There's like a little, you just push the camera on and then push your mute button on, Shirtel. For you, can you turn your camera on and just click the mute button so I can hear you as well. And then also just turn off the back because I'm getting a little bit of a feedback. So just turn off the YouTube so I can hear you fully. Okay. Chantal, just take a moment, see if you can do this and try to play around with your camera a little bit and your microphone, and I'll bring you back in. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room while we bring in another guest. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think we know Ruby. Okay, I've got Ruby coming in. Hey, Ruby. I think I know Ruby. I think it's our Ruby. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Look at that site. That's our Ruby. Look at the site. This is Scotland, everyone. Scotland's in the house. Hey, Ruby. Can you hear us? Oh, I see that background. I know that's our Ruby. Take your mute off, Ruby. Hey, hey, Ruby, how are
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Greetings, greetings.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah. I was thinking of joining.
yes,
Hello?
you're a little choppy. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Perfect.
I can hear you perfectly.
Perfect. Can you
Um,
share with everyone where you're calling from, Ruby, and tell them a little bit about yourself?
oh, okay. Well, I've known Fleur since, gosh, online on YouTube since she started on YouTube. So that's a
I'm so sorry.
long time.
It's a long
But
time.
I've been on and off, so some of the
She's a
time
zombie,
not.
everybody. Yes,
Yeah.
she's a zombie. How is everything in Scotland?
Gosh, it's Halloween and it looks like Halloween.
It does.
It's blowy,
It does.
it's
Yeah.
blowy and blistery, and the sky is like a startling red. Only it's dark now, but
Oh, wow.
it was quite a
Oh,
spooky, eerie day.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm in one of apparently where I am is one of the most remote areas in the entire Europe, even.
Oh,
I,
wow.
I thought I thought it was Scotland, but I read recently that this is actually one of the remotest areas in Europe. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, yeah, I'm in a very remote region,
Hmm. Hmm.
but it's not huge. So I've just come back earlier earlier from a small town.
Yes. How is
Sorry,
it?
I've been
So
eating some fish.
have you been experiencing anything recently since we had that so-called disclosure of our second moon? Have you actually witnessed the second moon in Scotland?
No, the moon's always been very normal in
Hmm.
Scotland. So I
Yes.
must be in a different bubble,
Yes.
a different, because
Yeah.
the sun and the moon always looks pretty normal to me. I need to check the positions of the sun,
Yes.
and
And
I've noticed recently that there's Big Dipper, which probably everyone in the world knows, but it was always in one position, and it
yes.
moved slowly, and suddenly it's like at right angles to it used to be.
Mhm.
And I just thought that was awful quick that it
Or
moved that
you
quickly.
going, you're getting a little glitchy, Ruby.
I said the Big Dipper, which is a star constellation,
Yes.
it seems to me to have moved a bit from its position.
Uh-oh. You're coming in and out, Ruby.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little glitchy.
Oh, that's a shame
Oh, darn.
because
It's,
because
it was,
I can hear you perfectly.
I can hear you like you come in a little glitchy. Now you're fine again. It just may be the
Okay,
transmission. It may be the transition.
yeah.
Someone asked you, do
Well,
y'all
it's
have the
very windy.
Oh, Shanice has a question for you, Ruby. She's asking in
Okay.
Scotland, do you have a yellow sun or do you have the white sun in Scotland?
How you got that crazy thing in
Uh-oh.
the sky that no one ever sees?
Uh-oh.
'Cause in the north here. Can you hear me?
A little bit, you're a little glitchy. It's so beautiful where you are and so remote. In a good hand, I'm glad that you don't get perfect reception, but in a bad hand, I want them to hear your beautiful share.
Well, the sun, I'll speak firmer and slower. The sun just looks to me, it's a mixture of white and yellow as far as I'm concerned.
White and
And
yellow.
I feel I have, can you hear me?
A
Yeah,
little bit.
I
Yeah.
always feel like I often feel that I have a spiritual connection to the sun.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know if it's to do with where you're at, if you raise your
Yeah.
vibration, if you try connecting to the sun, maybe your will change. I find that the sun is often responsive,
Yes.
which sounds really strange because how can such a huge thing be responsive to an individual?
Yes.
But I often feel that's the case, and that's for anyone who tunes in.
Yes.
But I don't know what you're seeing over there because it might be that I'm still in a world that's less skewed, you know.
Yeah.
But I have to say, in the recent few months, I haven't felt anything deeply spiritual or anything like that. So it
Yeah.
does seem that the world's a bit flat at the moment. And
I hear that.
yeah,
I'm going to, we can hear you a little bit,
and
Ruby, but I want them to hear from you more. I'm going to kind of see if you can recalibrate and put you just in, I'm just going to put you in the queue and then come back to you if that's okay. Because
lovely.
it's hard to hear you. Hello, Ruby? Aw. I love when Ruby shares her stories about, because such wonderful stories about the beauty and the rusticness of uh, Scotland, and she has such wonderful shares. So, Ruby, I'm going to put you in the queue so that we can hear you again, but just so that I can come back to you. So, thank you again, Ruby. Okay. Okay, Ruby's back in the queue. Okay, let me put Ruby back in the queue. Okay, I'm going to take um Takaken, Takaken, Takaken. Let me admit you. Okay, we have Takaken. Hey, Takaken. Let's see. Hello, hello. Let's see if we hear Takaken. I think they should be coming in. Let's try it again. They're joining. Okay, let's take them a minute. So hello everyone from YouTube. I'm doing an impromptu Zoom disclosure phone call today on Halloween. Okay. So if you're feeling a little spunky, if you feel like you want to talk to us and disclose anything, if you want to come out of the closet, this is the day to do so. I'm so receptive to it. So giving you a moment at a time. It's the first time I've done this before, but I thought today was a really good day to really do this. Okay, so I don't think our Sun Star, Sea Star, they can get in. Okay, again, for those calling in, just make sure you're cammed up. Okay, to cock in to cock in is not, I think they're still joining. Let me bring in Monica. Oh, I think hold on, y'all. Let's bring in Monica. Monica, you coming on in? Whoever's brave enough to cam up and come in and talk to us, come on in. Hey, Monica, how pretty. She's so pretty. Hey, Monica. Hopefully she can hear us. Hey, beautiful. Oh my God, look at this queen. No, queen is not a good word. This goddess, empress. Hey, Monica. I wonder if I could hear her. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you
There
so
she
much.
goes. There she goes. Come on in. Hey. Hello there from another galaxy. Are you hearing a delay? You getting a delay? Okay,
Yeah.
turn off the YouTube and just talk to me on the Zoom.
Oh, right, right.
That's
Sorry
what's
about
doing it.
that.
No worries. Everyone say hi to Monica. Hey, Monica. Hello.
Hi. It's good to be on here.
Same
I was telling my daughter about you because
Oh,
she's I'm the woo-woo one in the family, and I'm trying to educate my daughter, and she
yeah.
loves to travel. And so I told her, hey, you have to watch Fleur Brun. She's all over the place, and gives all
Well,
these
yeah,
excellent commentaries. Really,
yeah.
I called her I think twice when you were on live. I said, Adolza, she's on live. Go ahead, check it out.
Aw.
Yeah, so it's good to be on here.
You're welcome.
It's funny. I was completing some schoolwork, and then
Yes,
I looked on YouTube and I saw you. I thought, oh, good, Fleur is on again, and you're talking about aliens. And the
yes,
funniest thing,
please.
um, I was on my way to Arizona,
Yes.
and I looked out my airplane, and like I always get a seat just above the
The wing.
window, the
Oh,
wing.
yeah, yeah.
I look out my window, and wouldn't you know, I saw a ship.
Oh, this.
Yes.
I love this. Okay, you got the floor. Go ahead.
I saw a ship, and I mean, first I looked at it, I thought, oh, is that a helicopter? It didn't have any spinny things on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was moving so fast. I thought, That's not supposed to be moving that quickly." And
Absolutely.
it went under the wing, and I thought, did I just see what I saw? So I quickly looked over. Of
Yes, yes,
course, I
yes.
didn't see it again. I thought, my goodness, did I?
Now,
And
was this in the daytime, morning, rising, afternoon, or
it
evening?
was, what time was my flight? It was in the morning. It was in the morning.
Yes.
I can double check that by checking
No,
my
no, 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 no.
flight,
Yeah, yeah.
but my flight to Arizona. But yeah, I saw a ship, and it had color on it. So I
Yes.
thought, um, I know that the United States, they have their own man-made spacecrafts that are
That's right.
usually,
Geoengineered, reverse engineered. Absolutely. Yes.
yeah. Um, but I did ask Source if that was a real, actual bona fide sighting, and
Yes.
Source did confirm that it was
Oh, definitely.
from
Especially at the
myself.
latitude, especially at a certain latitude, helicopters can't go above a certain latitude. So if
Right.
you're seeing it toe to toe or eye to eye to a plane, and remember, even when they have you aren't supposed to be in close proximity to a plane because of that blowback from the thing. Yeah.
That's what I said. I
Yeah.
said, well, it can't be another airplane, and it definitely wasn't a helicopter, and it was a shape that I couldn't even describe it if I could. It
Yes.
was
Oh,
really unusual, and I know it was moving very quickly because
yes.
usually things that are a distance away, they move
Mhm.
slowly. This thing was just zoop, right under the wing. I thought, yeah.
It
So
was
it's just
very,
funny.
this is great. This is great. Now, did this happen recently? Did this happen how far back did this happen?
It's about a week ago.
This is
Yeah.
right on time, right on time.
Yeah, you are right on time, lady.
Oh my gosh. So have you experienced seeing, because I want to ask everyone who's coming on today, my dogs are getting buck wild. I apologize. I have a wolf
I can't
gang.
hear them.
Yeah, thank gosh. There's one behind me right now. This one. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I'm getting attacked. She hears your voice and she doesn't know where it's coming from. So
Oh,
she's trying to
I'm
figure
so
out where you're
glad they
coming from.
like my voice.
Yeah, she's trying to
That's a
figure out
good
where you're
thing.
coming from. Okay.
Oh, I
Um,
love them.
so my question is, since they've introduced or they've told us that there was going to be a second moon on the 29th of October, no, October, no, 29th of September, have you witnessed the second moon?
No, I haven't. I'm usually inside
Hey, hey,
though,
hey.
and I have a lot of trees
Lola.
around, so I don't really check out the moon that often. I really should, but
Yes.
no, I haven't.
See, I haven't seen anyone or talked to anyone personally who's actually witnessed it. We have seen a picture that someone posted for us, and I put that in my community, but I haven't witnessed it, and now I'm hearing you haven't witnessed it. Though they
No.
told us it was going to be here for 2 months. They told us that
Oh,
second moon. Yeah.
okay, I'll keep a lookout for it, but I
Yeah,
haven't
definitely.
seen it.
Well,
Yeah, I'll do that.
well, thank you for coming in. I'm so excited. I'm
Thank
glad
you
that
for
you
having
witnessed
this
a UFO. Now, this is going towards Arizona or away from Arizona?
towards Arizona. And the
Arizona
funny
has,
thing is,
yeah,
a lot, right?
yes,
Because I have seen another sighting early in the morning. This was about 4:30 in the morning. I remember the time because
yes.
I was up, I was wide awake. I said, let me
Yeah.
go outside. It was beautiful outside.
Okay.
And I sat there in a meditative posture and I just looked up and lo and behold, there it was.
You're getting quite a few sightings. Arizona is known to be a hot spot.
Yes,
The entire state is a
yes.
hot spot, especially when you start
Mhm.
getting towards the mountains of Sedona. Now that's a whole interdimensional. They have
Yes.
portals, vortexes, and everything like that. But Arizona is always known to be a hot spot, and I'm glad that you were able to give us kind of like your testimony of what you've seen since you've been
Mhm.
there. Yeah.
Yes, and going back there, it was it was it was beautiful while I was there,
Yes.
and it was really beautiful seeing that craft outside my airplane.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think the craft could have been related to you? Like how into exopolitics or extraterrestrial and UFOs? Have you been in that for a while? Is this something that's connected to you personally, perhaps?
Um, I'm feeling that it was an Anunnaki ship,
Ooh,
but that's just
she's
me. Yes.
calling out labels and names,
Yes,
y'all.
I am. I'm going there.
Okay,
Um, I was told that I was Anunnaki in a past
there we
life.
go. Yes,
And that's what I resonated with.
yes.
Um, yeah, what else did you ask? Sorry.
Um, did you feel it was connected to you? Because a lot of times when we witness ships, you can be standing next to someone and see a ship, a sighting, and they can't see it. And usually it's because
Yes.
the sighting is connected to you frequency wise and vibratory wise.
Now I wish I asked the person because there was no one sitting beside
Yeah,
me, the
yeah,
person
yeah.
behind me. If I, asked them, did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. They might have thought you
That
were,
would have been great.
yeah, they might have been, they
Yeah.
either would have been down with it or thought you were quackadoodles, but it doesn't matter because it's not like you may see
No,
them
no,
again.
no.
You know what I mean? Did you see that crowd out there? Because sometimes, again, if you get a mass witnessing, it could be we're getting a lot of activity. And like I said, I got that phone call last week that kind
Yeah,
of threw
that
me
was
for a loop.
amazing.
And the fact that we know that a new, well, I don't know that they're a newer group. I don't want to make that presumption, but the fact that we have a group here that is literally setting up shop makes me think that there might be a lot more sightings in all of our areas.
You said a group is up here setting up shop in
Yeah,
terms
yeah. A
of.
male, well, it's a male group. It sounds to be a
Right.
melanated group that's they're more soldier based.
Oh,
And
right, right, right.
they're setting up here for some form of a almost like
Purge.
a military kind of activity that's going to happen because of the purge. You know, it's like a
Yeah, yeah,
purge
yeah. Do you know
because we're
where they're
going through reset. Yeah.
do you know where they're from, those beings?
No,
No,
no.
okay.
I've never been contacted by this group. At least I don't, not in a way that's been something that I can remember, or usually if I
Right.
get contact, it's very tangible. But this group that contacted me, it's not a group that I'm used to or accustomed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was fascinating. Your last live with that. I thought,
Yeah.
wow,
So we
that
will
is
see.
fascinating.
Yeah, and we have the election in less than deselection or selection. Let me
This election,
selection, selection. Oh, and let me ask you, since you're on here, let's give your thought. How do you feel with the Earthling election? Do you feel like Mr. Kamal? Let me be respectful because someone said I'm a hating coon. A hating coon.
when you say Mr. Kamala, is she actually a transgender or was
Well,
she
on my Zoom, we have
or
a
is that her
trans,
energy?
we have a trans, we have a trans investigator. She's usually on there and she's a melanated woman. She's really good. She heads the trans investigation on a late night Zooms. And you know, normally, listen, you kind of thought, but when we saw balls and you see a change in neck size, girth, I
Really?
yeah, listen. You know, the trans investigators are usually right, correct? So I would say based on the information that's been that we have just come into recent which has come out recently, I would presume that Mr. Kamala. Now, it could have been a female before and she could be wearing a mask and it could be a man walking around with her head,
You
but if you
never
look at the
know.
neck, look at the shoulders, my dogs would agree. And and can you hear my dogs? They're
Yeah.
so loud. Okay.
They're fine.
Um, and the length of her arm, we're not gonna go in because it's such a, that's just but like I said, I personally, after the trans investigators kind of broke down her physical form and how it's changed, I would say I'm 70 to 80% that that's a man. Yeah. That's taking the position. Now, whether it was a woman before, remember they'll do a bait and switch. She could have
Mhm.
been swapped out. But if you look at the neck, the things going on with the mask, it looks like a mask on the neck. And again, she does not
Fascinating.
seem to have any formulated consciousness of herself. She tends to repeat herself, very looping. She might be under, you know, listening to a microphone when she talks, you know. And let me say this to all melanated women. I would love to have an authentic woman that's born a woman who's married and has a beautiful family heading our
Yes.
country. I would be so pleased. So when people say to me, I'm hating her because she's brown, first of all,
Wow.
she isn't a so-called what we perceive to be an African American indigenous woman.
That's
Okay. Now,
right.
I love listen to my island brethren. You know, I know that you love that she's half Jamaican. I didn't say she wasn't half Jamaican, but many of you don't know if you're not from the islands that there are people who live in Jamaica that are not what we perceive as African or indigenous. They are
Absolutely.
European, and there's nothing wrong with that. They could still be
No.
Jamaican. Okay, so I think she's cosplaying. He's
Yes,
cosplaying.
definitely.
Now, let me ask you a question. How do you think, what's your prediction? It's just a prediction. You don't have to know. How's your prediction? Do you think Mr. Kamal is going to win or the Tower of Terror, the the red knight is going to take it?
You're not a Trumper?
I listen,
You're
I always
neither,
say that
right?
I listen, I think people don't realize it's other choices than two choices. Trump or Kamala, it is the same coin, just a different type of look to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, Initially I thought that she was gonna win.
Yeah.
Um, only because of the debate.
Yeah.
Trump was not focusing on the issues. He was focusing on the not really bashing her because everything he said was truthful, but he
Yeah.
should have focused on the
More of
issues
the
and
detail.
just ignored her.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Hey,
I
hey,
thought, oh
hey.
my gosh.
Hold on. Hold on. Hey, hey, hey. Come here. It's only when I'm on, it's like children. They're just quiet until like come, come, Babette, Babette, Babette.
Well, they are your
Hold on.
babies.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Take your time.
Come on, come on. A quiet day. Okay, at peace. All right. So at first you thought that she might win.
Yes. But
Okay.
now that I'm realizing that people are waking up and
Mhm,
they're not going with the get down anymore,
mhm, mhm.
especially with that recent attack on Black men by um
Obama.
Hussein Obama. And it's just getting out of hand now. So I think, the jig is up. And so everyone's going to be voting Trump.
Yes.
However, did you hear about the martial law that's being threatened to be instituted if Trump wins? So either
Oh,
way,
they
it's going to be
threatened it. They
chaos.
said that anyone who votes for Trump, they're going to jail. They said that they have something for all y'all. So you Trumpetarians, I hope you're following you're practicing your right to protect yourself, and you've got some
Right?
toilet paper in your house because they coming for y'all. Okay. They got some for y'all. They got tracking all over the phones. They got your IP addresses from going to any pro with
Yes,
Trump.
girl.
So yes,
Yes.
so they coming for y'all.
I
You
do
know.
not vote. If I mean, I used to say I would vote for Trump, but it's dangerous. It's
I,
dangerous.
I I won't take any karmic debt for any such party.
No,
Yeah, so I'm
no.
with you. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not down with this. It's just a selection, like you said, anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah. It'll be very interesting. I hope you're going to celebrate, have a little like a party, a little gathering.
popcorn,
Yeah, popcorn,
yeah,
it's like a circus. So the Balaam
for
and
sure.
Barnabas circus, you better have some
Yes.
like, some snacks and you better have some flashlights and some extra cash.
All
You better
denominations, right?
make sure the money's right. You may have to have your passport just in case.
Oh,
You don't know how far.
girl,
You
who
know,
are you telling? I got my
Woo!
Canadian passport. I never relinquished it.
Thank
Um,
goodness. Yeah, jump ship,
yeah,
wherever ship. But listen, people are like, oh, everything's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen in every country at the same time. So if it gets a
no.
little waverly here, you could jump ship and then come back when all the smoke clears.
I'm of the opinion, however, and I feel you what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
However, you know about the dimension, the third dimension versus the fourth and fifth and sixth,
Mhm.
and we're going to be coinciding together, but on different dimensions in the same place, sort of thing.
Because they're
So
in the convergence. Yes, we're in that
right,
convergence. Absolutely. Yeah.
right. So how
Yeah.
do you feel about that? Does how does that apply with having to leave? If because if that's the case, wouldn't you say that it
Well,
doesn't really matter where you are?
Well, leaving, it depends on what you perceive you're leaving. It's like if I enter, am I really leaving a space, even though I'm action oriented? Could it just be that I'm going into another space and another time in Earth? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it depends on how you perceive it. We are
You
in a
use
convergence time.
you use the domes, right? The domes.
Yeah, yeah. You could jump into another dome. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I like
So
that.
So I really think that where you're meant to be, you'll be drawn to it and it'll call to you.
Yeah,
It won't be like the other way around. You should never move in fear. You should be motivated by, things that are pulling you in positive ways.
in
Like
a
let's say,
positive, high
yeah, something might
vibrational
just
way.
call you like, hey, oh, I've got a trip. We're going over to Chile right now. I've got an extra ticket. You know what I mean? We're gonna hang out and we're gonna invest, we're just gonna have a good
That'd be
time.
nice.
Yeah, Santiago. It'll be something like that. So if it's meant for you to go into another space, because my perception is we're all staying in a cryo state in the same room. So
Yes.
uh um
Matrix.
distance, location, distance is an illusion, time is an illusion. We perceive
Mhm.
ourselves to be in different times and in different spaces when we can all be simply in the same room playing the same video game. Yeah. We'll
I
see.
tell my daughter that all the time. She
Yeah.
used to play, love playing The Sims. My son used to
Oh yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
Roblox, and
Yeah.
it didn't make sense to me. Now it makes so much sense, and I
Yeah.
use those
Yeah.
analogies to
Yeah.
explain other dimensions to them,
I
and it
agree.
makes sense to their brain. But they're looking at me like, "Mom."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that, we'll see. We are in a full-on pole shift. That is my perception. We're in a full-on pole shift that happens. It accompanies the reset, and just like Italy had a really, oh no, was it Spain? It was Spain had a really terrible flood. I think a lot of the things that are being
Mhm.
generated and promoted online are just distractions to hide the
Yes.
bigger changes that are coming geographically.
Hearing a lot of different different beliefs and ideologies, but I think you just take the pieces that
That
fit
resonate
for
with you.
you, and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely. But you won't be bored, at least for another 2 years.
definitely not. I love
So,
your
I mean, if anything,
analogy.
yeah, you'll
You
enjoy
said
yourself.
this is the end game, and the biggest and the brightest and the baddest are here now. So
Absolutely.
buckle up.
If you're at this stage in the game, if you qualified
Yeah,
yourself to make it to the finale in the game, you basically are going to be here with the best players. So, it's exciting.
it is
Absolutely. Well, I want to
exciting time
thank
to be
you.
alive.
I want to thank you, Monica. Everyone, thank Monica for coming on and being brave enough to come on. Thank you so much. You're such a beautiful woman. Thank you so much. I definitely look forward to talking to you again. Do let us know if you see
Likewise.
any more activity in your sky. I would
I
definitely
will.
like to know if you ever have a chance to see the second so-called fake moon. I personally
Definitely.
think that, yeah, let us
I'll,
know.
yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Yes,
Definitely.
yes. I
And
could
let me
talk
say hi.
forever, so let me go.
Yes, let me say hi to your daughter. Hi. See, mommy was brave
Oh,
enough to come on with me. Can I say her name?
her name is Rebecca, and
Hi,
she's
Rebecca.
in Arizona. I'm currently in Florida.
Woo! Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah.
See, mommy's talking to the wild woman online. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'll definitely send both of them this video for sure,
Definitely,
for
definitely.
sure.
Well, thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you,
Okay,
Fleur.
bye.
Take
Peace.
care. Bye-bye.
How beautiful. Okay. Okay. Wasn't it beautiful? So everyone give a big shout out to our C star who came on. Give a big up to her. Hold on, let me add here's the link for anyone coming in today. This is disclosure on Halloween, y'all. So if you are brave enough to come on cam up and talk about your experiences, it could be about the spirits, it could be about the interdimensionals, it could be about any sightings that you've seen today. Definitely I'm opening up. Look at this. I'm opening up the doorways, the veil, to kind of get you to speak about some of your experiences on this amazing opened veil day. From today and actually for another week, this veil will be really wide open. So um, let's bring in our another guest who will come in. I'm gonna bring in Oscar. Oscar, come on in, Oscar. Let's see. Thank you for everyone. Please put a like if you like me doing this every once in a while. If you want me to come on and do an impromptu Zoom where you can come in and talk and share your experiences. I don't want to be the only one talking because everyone says I'm a chatterbox and I take too long to get to things. So let the people speak. Okay. Some of you had amazing experiences, and I think why not give you the platform to be able to speak about it? Okay. So I think we have our next Sunstar Oscar. We're going to cam on up, Oscar, and your microphone. Hey, Oscar. Let's see if he can open up. Okay, we're waiting for Oscar to connect to this dimension. Big up to everybody joining in. It's 12:55 on Halloween. If you'd like to come in, take an opportunity to speak about your experiences, come on in. You know, some of you are still kind of just getting up. Get up and someone said ribbit. 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 Come on in. Okay. I think Oscar's in. Hey, Oscar. Hello, hello. Ooh, Oscar. Are you from outer space? Hey, Oscar. Hello, hello. Wait, hold on your microphone. Hold over the microphone. Can you? Because I can't hear you yet. Got it. There we
Hi, how
go.
are you doing?
Hey, Oscar. Sunstar Oscar. I'm gonna
Hi.
cam on up, Oscar. Just turn off your YouTube because the YouTube has a little bit of backlight. See if you can open up.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Oscar, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Excellent.
Okay, we're waiting. Fantastic. Wait, turn off the YouTube, Oscar. Can you turn off your YouTube? Joining in. It's 12:55 on
Turn down the what?
Halloween. The YouTube, because it has a little bit of a back. We can hear the YouTube. Speak about your experiences. Come on
Just
in.
you could just mute the YouTube.
Just getting up.
How
Get
I
up
can
and
When you go to YouTube, just click off the YouTube. Just click off the YouTube. You should be able to be okay.
Hey, Oscar.
Oh, okay.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
Ooh, Oscar, are you from outer space? Hey, Oscar.
Kind of it.
Hello.
Yeah, can you see me?
We can see you. Just okay, you turned it off. I think you got it off. Perfect.
Okay. Now?
Yes, perfect. You're perfect.
Okay. So
Hey,
now
Oscar.
I'm on Zoom.
Yes, I can hear you.
I hear you before a long time ago, probably 10 years ago or more.
Oh my God.
And you were saying that you already see the people turning into different alien. And I don't know if you have here about the well, they call them demon faces, but it is really kind of there are so many people they exaggerate because they say it is a syndrome. And I have been in conferences about ufology.
Yes.
And once I was in Utah, and in the group, it was about 500 people.
Mm-hmm.
Some they were different faces, some alien faces, some human faces.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, is this me that it is hallucinating?
No,
And I say, well, if I was hallucinating, I will see everybody the same way.
absolutely.
But no, they were humans. They were different type of aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, oh, this is really kind of interesting. But the people that they were promoting the event,
Mm-hmm.
they were kind of aggressive towards me, actually.
Interesting.
And the funny thing is, they used to, like anything else, they used to come and brag about, oh, I really have contact with I think they were really specific, doing some work at the at that ranch, and that they appear a lot of flying saucers, and they had some pictures. I mean, there's a lot of anomalies because I have gone through that area,
Mm-hmm.
and they were not very friendly towards me, but I saw a lot of different uh, faces. Probably it was from around 8 different faces.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that they felt you could see something? Because some others, they're aware when they're perceived, when we can see their true forms. Do you think that they felt a way? Why were they targeting you? Did you feel like they felt you saw something that they knew was there, or that they felt like they couldn't see?
Well, somebody you see that there are some people that they think they are the only ones that they can see it, or they are the messiahs.
Of course, yes.
And
Mhm.
that, to me, that's ridiculous because I have I have talked to many people that they have the same similar experiences.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And to me, I say no. There's a change, but people they have to be really more conscious that I cannot run in envy and say, "Oh, I'm the only one." I go to other people that they have the same experiences. They talk to somebody, and
Yes.
they say, "Well, I'm the chosen," and I say,
Yeah.
"How you
Yeah.
know? I mean, you are not the only one. There are
Abs-
so many people, and but they insist." I have had many people that they say that they are Jesus, Moses, some
Yeah.
God, some the devil, and but I go to the contact in the desert every year,
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
and I have seen right there a lot of different things. But there are more people. There are things that they are not really telling us, but talking among
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
we can get a lot of that information going. It is a lot of. We can share a lot of information that some people they believe there is a privilege, but
Absolutely.
I don't think just one person is a privileged person. I think it is just a whole group, or some people they have been in this for many lives, not one, many lives,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and I mean sharing this information is really great because it really helps to awake many other people.
Absolutely. And don't you think that it's just a matter of a certain kind of awareness or consciousness that triggers these types of, uh, I wouldn't call it an ability. I think we all can see it, see them, see others, see other, even you can pinpoint certain vortexes or certain anomalies around when your mind is almost open to it. Like it's almost allowed to express a certain kind of frequency that a lot for you to see or visually or hear things. I think everyone has most of the capabilities. I think only some are able to do it based on maybe, self-awareness, maybe having knowing that there's other things around. Sometimes that's a matter of, if you don't know something exists, you may see it and just kind of explain it away like, oh, that was just my eyes. Oh, that's just, I had too much coffee that day. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe I'm just seeing things out of the corner of my eyes. But it sounds like what you saw is something that was you said they were actually in this group, correct? It was a few, usually the beings that actually
Right.
show up at the conferences, which is interesting because most of the conferences have a lot of the beings that actually attend them, which is very interesting.
And they turn off the light, the fluorescent light,
Yeah.
and they put red light, and it really sounds
So
like
now
that.
they're seeing more. Yes, yes, that's exciting. That's actually
And,
quite fun. And
but
yeah,
I believe that there are already many people, or many people that they really have a hidden personality, but
mhm,
there are good and there are bad ones also. So there's I cannot judge anybody, but
yeah,
unless I have an encounter and I be attacked, then I say, well,
ex-
I don't know why
exactly.
he's attacking me, but besides that one, it's just another being. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. So let me ask you a question. When was the first time you became, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, hold on. When was the first time you became aware, or did you always have a interest in the others, the interdimensionals, the extraterrestrials, what is it, the subterranean beings that are here? Did you have any sort of triggers as a child? Did you witness anything as a child?
Well, as a child, I was born with the kind of convulsions, or I had that really like attacks of what is convulsive attacks.
Okay.
But the funny thing is that there was another guy right there living across my street with the similar thing. And now I have done a lot of research. And I think there are some people that they're born with some entity attached. Because when I was about 16 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I was working with another person in the I was living in a really small town, in a very small in the mountains. And suddenly I end up with meeting somebody right there that was dressed like in a small town. And I say, oh, hi. To me,
Uh-oh, your sound went out, Oscar. Hold on.
yeah,
Okay, there you go. Say that again. And we didn't hear that last part.
yeah, I asked him if he was local, living in the mountains. And he said, yes, but he was dressed, he had shoes that they were not scratched. And I say, wait a minute. And I say, yeah. And he was living in like a small stone cabin. And I say, that's where you live? And he said, yes, that's where I live. And he says, do you want some water? And I say, no, no, thank you. Because I said, I really don't feel like I should take advantage, or yeah, I was kind of thirsty. And later on, it had one mule and a donkey. And I said, are those your animals? And he says, yes, I do. Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I just talked to him about probably 15 minutes. And I said, well, I got to go. I was walking myself in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and I was observing an eagle in the air. And suddenly there's an explosion and a flying saucer come out of where the explosion was, and it goes straight. Like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
And I say, so I use this practice. So to me, at that time, I was confused. But now I say, so somebody, some alien just spoke to me.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
the funny thing is, I was only 16. That was about 50 years ago.
Yes.
And whenever I try to talk my experience, you say, you're crazy. You have to be crazy. You're really.
No.
And no,
Absolutely
I
not.
know I wasn't crazy, but it is really, there are people with many experiences, especially I have been in the ufologist arena for probably 20 years.
Yes.
And there's a lot of evidence.
Yes. Absolutely. And your first experience was probably what prompted you to go further or to probably investigate other people's experiences and other tales of interaction with these beings. Do you think?
Well, the thing is, since I was young, I remember that I used to always think, be so sure that they were Martians. And
Yeah.
said, well, those are Martians. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. But how in the heck I knew that about that? Many
Yeah.
people, they didn't talk even about it. And I thought, to me, in my head,
Yes.
they are Martians. They're from Mars. They are.
Literally from Mars.
Exactly.
Visitors, yeah. Some are visitors, there's some living amongst us. I think it's a combination platter. I don't think it's one or other. I think we have a lot of, like you said, a lot of different types of beings that we've been coexisting with, including some of us who have those other propensities within us, like almost like hybrids. I think the majority of people on the planet can be perceived as hybrids mixed with certain DNA that comes from many of these different types of entities that we called aliens, as we call them aliens, because how would we be able to see them if we weren't part of them or we had some aspect of a connection to them?
Right. It is like well, I was born in Mexico.
Yes.
I live right here in California.
Yes.
And the funny thing is that one day I was doing some research and I find this scientist, he discovered new people. They are only about a meter and a half, or
Yes.
something
Yes.
like
Yes.
that. And I said, well, what a BS. All this, they say that they discover new people.
They didn't.
I go to Guatemala, they are all indigenous people.
That's right. That's
Year
true.
and a
That's
half.
true.
I
Yeah.
say, this is really ridiculous what they're saying. But I have seen that some people, they benefit uh, doing some, and actually to me it's lying, but kind of deception to other people. They
Yes.
benefit because they say, yeah, we are the only ones, we are the best. But now there are so many people, and they are really, I have experience with those guys. They are very friendly. They are very, and they are only about, I mean, meter and a half, which
Yes.
is, I don't know how many inches, but they are short. And
Yes.
they are friendly. They are really kind
They're
of
wonderful, very beautiful, kind people.
yeah.
Yes.
And I say these have to be some type of aliens. I mean, hybrids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Mexico, as we know, like Oaxaca, parts of, even with the hurricane that kind of touched, what is it? It just hit, what is it? There's a part of Mexico that it hit, which we heard had underground bases with, and also quite a bit of alien activity. I mean, as far as UFOs, a lot of UFOs were flying before the storm came. So sometimes I think that they geoengineer the storm to touch certain areas to destabilize areas where there are other types of hybrids or beings living. What is it? Oh gosh, what is it? Acapulco. Acapulco just got hit really hard again. And Acapulco was a big deal. Remember back in the days, like my mom and dad talk about Acapulco, wonderful tourist place, a wonderful place for, people to go visit. Acapulco was also very demonized. And I personally think because of a lot of the sightings that was happening in that area, I think that, it would behoove us to research why a storm had hit there so heavily, especially after people were witnessing several UFOs the week before, you know? So sometimes it's all interrelated.
Yeah, same thing as in Colima. I went to a seminar right here to Mount Shasta.
Yes.
And this guy, he was living in Colima because they had a lot of experiences.
Yes.
And he was saying, oh, this really, this, they felt in some way superior. And I remember I was in that meeting, and this lady, for some reason, there are some people, they don't like each other. She didn't like me. And she said, well, you don't know who are you talking to. Because for some reason, I don't know even what I did. I said, what is wrong? I mean, and she said, no. But the funny thing is, in that area, they used to see a lot of, some people, they call them witches, or some people, they call,
Brujanas, yeah.
they transform with the tunic, either black,
Ah,
red,
yes.
white. And they say, no, they are aliens.
Yeah.
Because I think what happened to me, once I was walking by myself,
Mhm.
and they really got the hills. And I start thinking, I say, it would be interesting to find I say, somebody that can fly in these hills, because they were
Mhm.
really high. And I turn around, and a woman in front of me, and I say, wait a minute, this is really, I say, it is real. So we cross each other, and I say, I have to get to make contact with her. And I say, hi, how you doing? And I say, the way you're going, there's no houses. You will be, you have to be careful because there are some coyotes in the area. And she said, no, I'm fine. I will be fine. And and she started really, it was about 9 o'clock at night. And I tried to go to get really close to her to see her face.
Yeah.
But the only thing, I didn't feel the energy was not, I didn't feel that much of a change on my energy. And I said, oh, it's friendly. And we were talking, and I said, where are you going? And it is late at night. I said, wherever you go. And I said, well, I have a long way to go. So
Yeah.
I go by myself, you go to your way.
Yeah.
We I told her be careful, but that was one of those something that appears out of the thin air.
Yeah.
I say, wow, this is really, there are already things that exist in a superposition.
Yes. Well, there are things, even with the concept of brujanas, brujas, they would always speak to them as if these were earthly women with very supernatural abilities. Sometimes, the ability to heal, to conjure, what have you. And a lot of times, I think we would lump a lot of these females together, where some could possibly be extraterrestrial or super, maybe interdimensional, that are here doing work, or maybe teaching. A lot of the teachings of certain brujas have said that they were being taught by other beings from other worlds and dimensions. So some of your highest sorceresses have been under the tutelage of beings of other females from other dimensions, and they've just been lumped together as brujas. It's like a basic bruja, where meanwhile she could literally be an Andromedan teaching a woman, which we talk about Tichaba being a sea star who's from Andromeda, who taught a lot of the the Celtic witches, not the Celtic, but the witches in the north, how to do very practical magic. But she was extraterrestrial in origin, teaching earth women how to practice certain supernatural abilities or crafts. So it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love talking to you. It's so wonderful hearing your experiences. And I want everyone to thank our amazing Sunstar for coming over here and sharing some of the things that he's experienced, as far as definitely seeing things in remote areas that most people don't ever have the opportunity to ever witness. And actually to be able to share it with us publicly. A lot of times, if people witness these things, they never get a chance to ever speak about it, or comfortable enough to speak about it, because usually people think we're we're a little out there, right?
Right. And there's really some other groups of people, because when I encounter them, I don't tell them brujas. I really say, hi, how you doing? I mean, I'm respectful.
Absolutely.
And I say, how long you have been like that?
Yeah.
And sometimes they say, I don't know. And I said, you don't want to tell me about it, but that's a secret. The funny thing is, I have been with some other guys that they call themselves the paranormal explorers.
Yeah.
They say, oh, I can appear. We find them really easy. And I say, really? How you really find them?
Yeah.
And they just go to they say, well, you have to go with us to see what. And I said, yeah, I will go with you.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, they go to any place, they invoke a spirit. They say any spirit, any witch, any male or female that wants to appear and talk to us. And suddenly they just start showing up. And I said, well, this is really interesting.
Yeah.
This is really, and sometimes they appear in a different shapes, because some they are very fast. They just go by and they cross our path, and they say, well, did you see it? And if they get slow down the where they are taking the video,
Yes.
they say, "Oh, this is really." They look like an alien, or
Yeah.
they look like a. But they get very fast. They are really never. They can be touched. If you shake hands, they can shake hands.
Yes.
That's I said, "Whoa, they can." How we can be this material? It's like once I was talking to a ghost, I can see the shadow.
Yeah.
And they say, "Can you see me?" And I said, "Well, I can see you as a kind of a little bit small,
Mm-hmm.
but that's all." And he says, "Well," they say, "Can I touch you?" And I say, "Sure."
Mm-hmm.
And I can feel that, oh, yeah, I can feel a touch. I
Yeah.
mean, but you are not physical, but how I can feel it.
Yes. Yes.
And later on, they say, "Can you touch me?" And I put my hand, and I said, "Well, it's just like it feels a little bit of change of temperature, but that's about it."
Yeah.
And I say, "Oh, that's interesting." And they leave. They leave. And to me, it is really a this happen often. I mean, I think there are so many people they have these experiences that it it is common.
I think it is. I think in certain places, but with the technology that's in the US, I think that some of the technology could enhance the spirit's ability to show, and sometimes it can kind of make it a little glitchy. I feel like I think you've probably heard this before. You're from the community. When they said when the 5G towers came out, a lot of spirits were able to utilize those towers to basically manifest themselves a lot more tangibly, to be seen better. So they were using the 5G towers, some of the spirits that are more within this field that haven't transitioned outside of our field or outside too far out of our dimension. They were using the 5G towers for communication and also for more manifestation, physical manifestation.
Right, right. No, and it is true about the five. That's what I always thought, that 5G was really bringing a lot of new. I call them newcomers because
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
are newcomers.
Yeah,
So
because you can see it like when we first got the first main, I mean, we had 5G towers for a while, right? But remember after 2020, when we were all in our houses, they kind of locked us down and they had done a lot of work, a lot of construction, and more towers kind of popped up after that. And my service on my phone didn't get better, so I know didn't have anything to do with the cell phones. Okay, so if my cell phone got better, I mean, I go to like Colombia or Argentina or to Brazil, I'm on 3 and 2G. I've got better service than us here in 5G, right? So obviously we know that it isn't what they're telling us that it's for isn't necessarily all that it's for. Let's just say that. And that most of our phone lines, which I just found very recently, are underneath the waterways. Like they've connected most of the ways that we communicate on a telephone are used by wiring that's done underneath our oceans. So what would be the reason you would have all these 5G towers? If not to perhaps allow, like you said, newcomers, maybe it's a form of their ability to be able to tap in this realm or this dimension.
uh, I think I don't know if you recall that somebody was in South Korea. They were saying, "Oh, we are already working with the 6G,"
Yes, yes,
and I
yes.
said, "Well, that would be worst." But
Yeah.
the thing is that I know that there's groups of people, and I end up in that situation. Once I went to this place, it was high, and suddenly there were entities coming down to the
Mm, mm.
interacting with the people. And I said, "Wait a minute, this is cannot be. These people they know already." And I was there by I don't know, they say by mistake, but I don't think it was a mistake. It was really, I was guided to.
Yes. Yes.
And I say, this is really already people they have in contact with some entities. And they interact. I don't go there too often because to me, I mean, it is really a lot of experiences. I don't get hooked into things really that like, oh, okay, I have to be there all the
Yeah.
time. Or
Yeah.
no, it's just that I have seen it. I have been there before. If I have a chance, if I feel that I want to go there, I go there. But
Yes.
I have seen people that they do into rituals and they change. Uh, they shift into
It
another
shaped it. That's right. That's
energy.
actually common. Yes. 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 Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm just careful not to, because I'm always have binoculars. Even if it is at night, I can see what is going on.
Yes.
They really got like, wow. I said this is really a lot of changes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, it is mostly like I'm concerned that they might beat me up because I know what is going on. But
Well, no, I think there's a certain kind of okay, like as much as I've seen things shift, they know when you can see it. There's some sort of vibration or some sort of frequency that we emit when we visually see them that makes them aware that we can see them. But what I find is once we match vibrationally to whatever we're perceiving, they don't really feel a threat to us. It's almost like our consciousness is higher, so they're unconcerned that there would be anything that we could do to them or they would have to do to us. They've been living amongst us. Many of these beings, whether we see them and perceive them as humans or not, they've been around us. So they know our behavior. They know that most of us who would be in the alignment to seeing what they are wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it. Because if you're that vibration, that frequency, to perceive a shapeshifter as it's shifting, it means that you're in alignment for knowing the truth and it wouldn't bother you as much.
that's right, because I have experienced that a lot of the times I used to tell these guys, don't move, just act like you are a tree. I mean, don't overact.
Yes, yes.
And they come over and they smell us, and I say,
Yes.
and I
Yes.
say, well, they might be getting some energy out of you. Or me.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
they kind of smell us, and that's all what they do.
I think most so-called humans are lower vibratory wise. It's almost like I don't really think they have much fear of us, to be honest. I think it intrigues them when we get high enough in our conscious awareness to perceive them. But I think I don't think we're of any threat, and I think they've been existing with us for longer than we even know. So, I think as once you perceive them, you're able to witness them, it does change you vibratory wise. You change and you become more aware of the others because now your eye has seen them. So now you can't unsee others that are like, it's almost like once your eyes are open, it's almost impossible to close them again.
Yeah, and because they really like some people. They say, "Well, can you hear them?" And I say, "Yeah, I can hear them when they are physically, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times I say I can hear them, but I don't see them. What they are."
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I think it is true that once we match that frequency, they appear. Because I had friends that I used to go with them more often, but now I don't go that much. And
Yeah.
they are paranormal explorers, and they push each other their buttons to provoke each other, and they appear very easy. But to
Yeah.
me, I don't provoke them, but I just laugh. And sometimes they have a sense of humor because they laugh also. And I
Yeah.
say, oh, you can laugh. That's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're in real we are in amazing times, and that the collective, well, whoever are real, um, they're waking up to a world that has always been here that they're just being introduced to for the first time. And I think that's magical in itself. Just having this conversation with you, Oscar, on YouTube, where years ago, you've probably known me for a while online. Um, Maybe we had a handful of people that were receptive to it. And look at all these wonderful people here witnessing this amazing conversation. So I think we're matching where we're going, and that's important. I want to thank you, Oscar. I want everyone to thank Oscar for coming in and sharing his experiences. Thank you so much, Oscar, for coming in.
Thank
Okay. Take care, Oscar. Bye.
you. Bye.
Oh, it's amazing. I will take the next person. Okay. Let's get okay. Make sure you have your names, everyone, when you come in. If you have just guests and so on, you have to have your name and you have to be cammed up. This is only fair. We're talking about sharing your experiences, extraterrestrial wise, interterrestrials. We're talking about spiritual, encounters. This is Halloween, y'all. So the veil is really wide open. So I think we have another sun star coming in. Samuel. Hey, Samuel. Samuel, take your cam, push your cam, and push your mic, if you don't mind. And also for those who are coming in who are extraterrestrials, we're okay with the conversation today. So if you are a spirit, if you are coming in interdimensionally, we are on Zoom right now. You are more than welcome to come in and check yourself in. You know how this channel works. We are welcoming to all those that are respectful and honoring of our energies and what we want to discuss. Come in, Samuel. Samuel, can you turn your camera on? Samuel, and your mic. Just push your mic and your camera, Samuel. I don't know if Samuel can do it. I know sometimes when our new zombies come in, sometimes this is a matter of coming in. Can you come in, Samuel? You want me to give you a minute so you can come in? Samuel coming in once, twice. All right, Samuel. I'm gonna put you back in the queue. And if you get a moment, hopefully I'll be able to bring you back in if you're able to turn your microphone on and your cam on. Okay, so let's come in. Carneal Hickman. Carneal Hickman, I'm checking you on in. Carneal Hickman. Hello, hello. Hey, another sun star. Hello, hello. Hey, handsome. I can't hear your mic. Wait, your mic. Click your mic. I can see you. Sometimes that mic. I don't know if Zoom.
All right, I got it.
There you go. I hear you. I hear you, Kenny. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing.
Good. What's
Thank
going
you for
on?
allowing me on your show. But
Absolutely.
I just wanted to talk about like last night I had an experience personally. And
Yes.
so like I was asleep and it was raining like really hard out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have any forecast for rain.
Yeah.
And like I kind of woke up, like I felt something watching me or something weird. And I don't know, it's like it felt like a dream, but it wasn't, felt real, but like I caught like a glimpse of something like on the roof, just like looking down at me, like really quick
Mm.
shadow or something. I don't know what it was, but it was
When you
just
when you were sleeping, like was it late? Like was it late? Do you know
yeah,
roughly around the time? It was late,
yeah.
right?
It was like 2, 3 when I woke
Oh,
up.
that's the hour. That's a special hour around that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt so strange. It was last night,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I just felt like something was watching me or
How
something.
did you feel it? Like you just woke up like almost like someone's looking at you in your bed?
Yeah, and then look, and then seeing out my window, like something on the roof, like a shadow just like leave off the top of the roof.
Hmm.
Because I could see, like, through my window, I could see my roof a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. How did that make you feel? Now, did you get like a little bit like startled? Did it make you feel unsafe? Did you kind of
Uh,
just
nah, I felt like I wanted to get a clearer picture. wish
Such a
I
man,
could.
right? Yeah, let me
Yeah.
just go investigate a little more. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just strange. I just wanted to share that. And
No, it's good. And this is the witching hour too. And
yeah,
also remember, the veil is really wide open. Anything and everything is here. And they're using, like the gentleman Oscar before, we were talking about the towers, the 5G towers. These beings use them to manifest themselves. I almost feel like it's easier for them to pop into our realm because of those towers. Those towers are probably, maybe, it's just a theory. Maybe they're using them to allow these beings to come in.
I'm right by like a tall like radio type tower too, like kind of.
You are.
Yeah, like not too far. I could see it from my house. Like,
Mm. So it's close by. So it could be you got a tower of terror coming in, blowing in. So where you coming from? What state you coming from? Where you coming from?
I'm in San Francisco.
Kelly in the house. Oh, you should snap everybody from Kelly in the chat. Make sure you put a W up West Coast in the house. What's good? How's the weather over there?
It's sunny. It's
It's
sunny right
beautiful. Oh,
now.
you got perfect weather over there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's why they're gonna try now. How do you feel about the events that have been happening with with the selection with Mr. Kamala and the Tower of Terror Trump? How do
I mean,
you feel?
personally, I feel kind of mad because it's kind of like drove me like kind of started arguments with me and my mom kind of a little like it's
Mhm.
kind of coming in between the older and younger generations
It is. Yeah.
because of all the deception and
Yeah.
all just the things that come on TV to like persuade minds and
It's true. It's true.
coming between family members kind of with ideologies and opinions and things of
Yeah.
that nature. So
Yeah.
I feel like very violated. I feel very, you
That's
know,
right.
bamboozled and scammed.
Woo! He said bamboozled. Me
For
too. Me
for
too.
real.
I feel bamboozled. I want to know now. I think Mr. Kamala has balls. Do you get offended when I say that?
I mean, ain't no telling because I'm from San Francisco, so I know when
Oh,
Mayor Willie
oh,
Brown was around, and when Judge Joe Brown like said it, and my brother got locked up by Kamala.
mm. So
She was around here going crazy.
for
Uh,
a person who calls herself a brown woman, she sounds like she might be more aligned with the Ku Klux Klan of
oh yeah,
of legislation. I heard she locked up more brown men than any of the administration previous to her.
uh, she locked up my brother personally. We was just
I'm so sorry to hear that. She is a very interesting being. We're trying to figure out who put the mask on, and we're trying to figure out who's under the mask. You know what I'm saying? We did an investigation, and we found that she might be putting on one of them skin masks because her
right,
body shape has changed since she was with Montel Williams. Now, you could do your own trans investigation, but the trans investigations on my channel have told me that her body does not match.
wow. I
her.
mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised the way her neck looked. She almost looks like like
Mm.
like it's just too flabby to be real
I'm
sometimes.
saying, some of us thicker women, we get a little thickum, but she looks like, what I'm saying? And then when she sat with her legs open like a man, women sit a certain way, and you
Right,
guys have a little extra apparatus than we do.
right,
So we don't usually sit a certain way, but you guys usually do because you got to
right.
readjust and move around a certain way. She's been sitting a little masculine, you know what I'm saying? And for all those women who call me a sellout coon, I want to tell you, I would challenge you to really investigate this man, woman, whatever she is, her background. Okay.
Right,
And
right.
she locked up this gentleman's brother, which is also one of the details that they've said that this person who's running has done the most dastardly deed to brown people, though she's running as a cosplayer of a brown person.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sunstar, for coming in, Cali. Bring that sunshine and that smile. You better not hurt nobody with that smile now.
I won't. I won't.
Okay. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank
Peace
you. Have
out.
a good day.
Same
Peace.
to you.
Peace.
Bye. Oh, he's so beautiful. I love our sun stars when they come in. I'm saying they're smiling. Everybody give a shout out to Canela. Give a shout out to our young sun star coming in, bringing in that sunshine. West Coast, y'all representing that sunshine. Make sure you give him a big high five for coming in and talking to us. Okay, so let's get I won't talk about the trans investigation because you know that gets people all riled up. You know what I'm saying? And let me just say this to all you calling me a self-hating coon. Let me explain something. I would always welcome a beautiful manifestation of femininity that would come into bring some of that wonderful congeniality that comes with us being a woman, especially a woman of a certain age who has raised her own children, who is married to a melanated man. I will always welcome that. But when you have a cosplayer coming in here placating like they are part of the community when they know very well they don't even claim us, I just have an issue with that. Call me a coon all you want, but you'll see if this being wins, you're gonna see how much a coon I'm not, and you're gonna wish that you were speaking that rah-rah against this placating fool. Okay. Anyway, let me bring in let's see who else is coming in. Precious Mother. Let's bring your Precious Mother love. See, that's what I'm talking about, that wonderful feminine energy. Precious Mother love, come on in. Come on in. Oh, look how pretty. Precious Mother Love. Hey, peace, Sea Star. I think she's in. Peace, Sea Star. I like that beautiful piece of looks like a cross or an ankh, like a combination of an ankh or a cross. Precious Mother Love. Can you cam up? And I think your mic is off. Let me see. Oh, you still have your mute on. So push your mic and your camera, love. I know I'm gonna give her a minute because sometimes sometimes on the Zoom, I'm not sure if it's the updated Zoom. Sometimes it's hard to see where it is. Precious Mother Love. I love I love her name. Are you able to click on your microphone? No, maybe. Hello, hello. Precious Mother Love. Okay, so I'm gonna put you back in the queue and see if you can actually see if you can kind of get your camera together. Okay, Shirtal, I'm gonna bring you back in, Westbrook. Shirtal, I'm gonna bring you back in. Let's see if you were able to open up your cam and your let's see. Okay, let's Shirtal. I put you back in the queue before. Let's see if you can kind of check on in and turn your camera on and your audio on. See Shirtal? There she goes. Hey, we got it. Yes. You got it. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, good day. Give me 1 minute.
Let's
Let
see.
me
Okay.
put off the YouTube.
Okay. Back in the queue before. Let's see if you can kind of check on it and turn your camera on and your audio on. And you just got to turn the
Hi.
Hey. Hey, how you doing, Chantel? Am I saying your name right?
Yes, Chatal is Rook from St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, Daddy's homeland.
Yes.
St. Lucia in the house.
Actually, I was in your Zoom a few years ago and I was giving my views
I think so. I remember. Yes.
right. And
Yes. Yes.
since then I have been trying to get in contact with you because so much has happened.
Oh, you sound like my daddy. Oh, I love it.
Yes, I have so much to say and so much to share with you that, oh my goodness, I feel so good.
Absolutely. Big up to St. Lucia in the mother freaking house, y'all. Come on,
Yes.
share, sister.
First of all, it has been a very spiritual journey for me. I remember coming on and telling you all about the ship that was by my home, and I saw the light. And afterwards, I saw the perfect squares in my garden.
Mm.
And it was an experience. And since then, I have been feeling more aware of everything that has been happening until I had that one, and it is still going on with me. So after that, I went and I took a course, and everyone took the vaccine, and I was the one who said, no, I'm not taking that. From the time I said, no, 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 not me.
Yeah.
And everyone took it, and then everyone graduated, and then that same month, I fell ill. It started off as a stroke, and then 8 days later, it took over my whole body. So actually, that happened in 2001. So I was paralyzed from my neck down,
I'm sorry.
and they told me that I was unable to walk. But let me tell you, whoever is in charge of me did not say that, and now I'm able to walk. I actually was diagnosed with neuromyelitis optica,
Okay.
and they said that I would never be able to walk again. And I tell you, from the time they said that, I
Did you
made one.
listen? No, you didn't listen. I see,
I
right?
did not listen. And actually, I was in Martinique. That's where I started with my recovery and stuff.
You had your
Yes,
recovery
and then,
Martinique?
yes,
Yes,
and
honey.
yes. And then it was like from that experience, there was once I was in the hospital and then I had a pain in my back because my inflammation was so high.
I'm
And
sorry.
then I told the nurses, well, can I have a painkiller? And they told me, oh, I'm not due for it. And I cried. I was like, oh my goodness. And I just closed my eye and I call every, I don't know, I call every entity, I call healing spiritual leaders, healing, but it's in my mind. I call everybody, and would you believe 20 minutes later, I had a relief on my back.
Powerful,
So
powerful.
I started laughing. Now, I don't know if that's me, but every time something happened to me, I laugh.
Yes.
So when I laugh, I say, y'all want to play with me? I have a powerful um what should I say? I have a powerful thing, and then y'all want to play with me. And but since then I have been, well, I just started back walking in February.
Oh,
So,
congratulations,
thank
everyone.
you.
Please, thumbs up for our sister healing herself.
Yes.
You are powerful, powerful.
Yes, and I have been, and well, I still don't have feelings in my hand. I cannot write, I cannot do little stuff,
Okay.
but
Sorry.
I act as normal as possible because it's also mental, and I refuse to go mentally ill
Woo!
for the
Unnecessary.
so and people here in my experience, they're like, oh my goodness, and who start crying because when they saw me, they like it was just. And since then I have been having some telepathy and different stuff and different things happen to me, so I know it's real. And
Yes.
last night I found myself, I was sleeping, and then I just jumped from the sleep and I start smiling and laughing because I know I have already won.
Such a Lucian, such a Lucian man. Yes, the
I
happy,
know,
joyful. Yes, honey.
yes. So I know that I have already won in spite of all the pain. But the good thing about it is that I have no pain in my legs again. So I know that I will be okay. I know that everything will work out for the good.
Absolutely. Can I ask you, because we got to be careful, we're on YouTube. So you're saying you didn't take, we're not going to say the name. Did you take it or you didn't?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
And then afterwards you had
And
during this
after,
time.
yes, actually they were like 3 or 4 of us who did not take it, but these people, they had people to, like give them cards and stuff, but I was not interested.
That's right. That's
I
right.
was not interested.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel that you were exposed? Were you exposed to anyone who took anything? Most likely.
yes,
Okay.
but then I didn't treat them anyway. It was their choice.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was their
Absolutely.
choice, and then I did not
Yeah.
treat them. I'm still the same person.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but this experience had me, oh my goodness, this experience had me knowing everything is real. And let me tell you, it was hard. It is hard because I developed anxiety and I never took the anxiety tablets. I'm not on any doctor's medication now
Yeah, you
because
could shove those anxiety pills up the
yes,
gazoo, right?
I never took the anxiety tablets, but like they were everything like it was just like it was an experience for me. And then I probably
Absolutely.
think um because of my big mouth, like because of like I don't know, because of my big mouth, and like I'm not afraid to talk about and afraid to encourage and afraid to tell people what I know,
Yes.
that whoever that in charge or God said, ha, you have big mouth, look it, take it.
Yeah.
So I probably think that's why I'm going through that experience because of, they say that the strongest soldiers get the hardest battle. I
Absolutely.
believe in that.
Absolutely. And I also feel like because you're a non-compliant, the attacks, the energy and frequency attacks are stronger to
Right.
those who aren't in alignment with whatever they're trying to promote, and also are standing the strongest and, just basically being the sound horn to those who need to hear that, who need to
Yes.
hear the truth, who need to have like a soul who's fearless enough to speak against the system, so to speak,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
And since then, I have put I have locked my hair, and
I
feel
love it.
so.
Yes, yes.
So I went the natural way because people they add extensions to it. I was like, no, 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 we're doing everything natural. So
That's right.
been on my
Absolutely.
journey for
Yes.
10 months. And I love it. I feel so, although everybody told me that I'm beautiful, but
You
for now
are.
I feel so natural, I feel so beautiful, I feel so good, I feel so free, I feel, oh my goodness, I feel so
Don't you feel
free.
awesome? Like, because, hair for brown women has just been such a topic. And it's so crazy because when other people from other backgrounds see all of brown women's hair, they actually look in admiration. The
Yes.
social engineering for us about our hair has been only like stimulated from within on our community. Because I feel like a lot of people have really, really had a lot of admiration for like nice afros, curly hair, and locks. I think
Yes.
that's something that's come from our community, like some sort of self-loathing that we perpetuated. But when I see your natural, beautiful hair, it
Yes.
just looks absolutely beautiful because it's yours. It's
And
everything that's you.
yes, and before I did it, before I did all that, I also read about the spiritual side of it.
Mhm.
And I also read that it was a part of our outer spine, our outer spine. So it's actually part of our nervous system. And
Yes.
I was
Yes.
like, oh my goodness, like everything resonated with me. Everything was like on to me, like, so it has been a journey. It has been something that I wanted to share
Absolutely.
because let me tell you, it has been good to me in spite of all the hardness and all the hardship. I
Yes.
still take the good away from it, out of everything.
Absolutely. You look beautiful, you sound beautiful, you're
Thank you.
strong and powerful, and you're also a contactee. So, I'm a little biased.
So
You know what I mean?
I have my eyes have been open and stuff. I
Good.
remember once my father passed on, and I remember once going to his grave because I went to another a neighbor of mine. I went to his thing. So I went by his grave, and then I closed my eye and I started singing his favorite song. And he appeared on my shoulders and I jumped and I ran because I was like,
You
oh
weren't
my
prepared
goodness,
for that? You talking
that,
about you weren't prepared for
that
that kind
cannot
of.
be real. And I felt goosebumps and I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yes.
that is
And
beautiful.
since then I like it like different like people who have passed on,
Yeah,
like they have been coming to my mind, coming to my
beautiful.
like, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
they have been coming to me, and then you have people telling you that the dead know nothing. And I was like, no way, no way, you cannot say that.
Mm-mm.
Cannot say
Mm-mm.
that. No, you cannot say these things, but
Yeah.
I don't want to dig into it this next thing.
Yeah. But the veil is really wide open.
Yes,
And
it is.
because also you have your hair in locks, which is coils, which is
Right,
basically like an activator or an
right,
amplifier,
right.
it makes things come to you so much faster and stronger.
Yes,
And it makes sense that you're going to have contact in ways because of who you are naturally and organically. And that to me is magical.
yes, it
I
is.
mean, so are you in St. Lucia now? Or you are in the States?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm in St. Lucia.
Woo!
I've been in St. Lucia. Um,
Are you in Sufri? Are
since-
you in Castries? Are you in
yes,
Castries?
I'm in Castries. I'm in
Castries?
Cicero.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my
Yes.
God.
That's the where our Juju the Olympian, that's where she is from. So I'm
She's from the
living
Tissues. Okay.
right.
So I'll probably be there soon because I know I got to go home soon. So I'll be in
Yay!
St. Lucia. Yeah. So when I come down, I definitely want to contact the family and, see you there. And also I have to go to Martinique. So, and Guadeloupe. I have to go over to Guadeloupe to see some family as well. So that's my neck of the woods, y'all. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much, C-Star. And I'm so proud and so honored and so in awe of you. Thank you for sharing your journey and how you were able to heal yourself with your mind
Yes.
and show how powerful
No,
you
I've
are.
been telling people that they can heal themselves by themselves. All the power they think the other people have, they have it within themselves. I have been
Absolutely.
preaching that. I have been preaching on the phone with my friends for hours, telling them that. And when they experience it, what they said, they're like, Chantal, you're not lying. I didn't know. And they're like, how you know that? And I had one of my best friends call me a witch. And
Yes.
I was like,
Oh,
okay,
what?
I am not interested
Yes.
defending myself for anybody. So hello, I'm a witch. And they took that so serious. And they have people, they're saying that, oh, if they tell me something, they say they consulting me. So I was like,
Being
okay.
a witch is like that is like a badge of honor to be called that. That means you're magical and you have the ability
I
to
tell
change
you,
and do things.
you have to respect you have to respect it. And I have no issues with them. And maybe, well, probably, but I do have my tarot cards, and once I open it and exactly what I'm going through now, I saw it on the tarot cards. But the same thing, I do not want to tap into anything and then I got stuck and cannot get myself out of it. So
Yeah.
that's why I look for the right. I'm not saying scared, but like I'm skeptical. Like I cannot like I need a lot of guidance because I'm just starting off, you know.
Yeah, I
So
think you are the guidance.
you well, yes. So for
Well,
sure.
thank you so much, Sister, for coming on. And please, everyone, give her a big up, right? Right, Babette? Even Babette has to say that, right, Babette?
Babette loves me. Hi,
He
Babette.
does. Look at Babette. Babette is so happy. Well, thank you, Sister, for coming in. And
Thank you.
again, big up to my father's homeland, y'all. Coming in strong, St. Lucia.
Yes.
All right. I will
Bye.
talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Yes.
Chantal? Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking, so everyone give a shout out to our C-Star, our powerful C-Star, healed herself and also send positive and amazing vibrations to her in Castries in St. Lucia. What? Okay. Oh, there's a real man in here. I'm gonna bring in a real man. I only have a couple more to go, so I'm gonna bring in a real man. Come on in. Your name is Real Man. Come on in, check on, real man. We got the sun stars coming in strong. Beautiful. Coming in. Peace, sun star. I think, we never know. Come on in. Hello. Hello. Hello, real man. That's your
Hello?
name. Hello. Hello. I can't
Uh,
see you.
I'm trying to turn on my camera. I can't quite find it.
Okay. I think it's where is it? It's at the bottom with the mic. It's next to the mic at the bottom,
Okay.
if you can find it. Sometimes the first time, because Zoom moves it around depending on what kind of device you're on. So it could be at the bottom.
There
It
it
could be,
is. There it is.
you got it? Okay. There you go. There you go. Hey, Sunstar. Hey. How you doing? Come on. Oh,
I'm
you're
all
so
right.
big and strong. You're big and strong.
How you doing?
Finally. Urgh.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I just
Absolutely.
wanted to come in and say that I've been watching your channel for a little while now.
I hope
And
it didn't devastate
every
you.
time it's always eye-opening. It's always I just I can't get on the level all the way. You know, there's some things that are just like wild to me to even think that.
I'm out there. I've been in this world, this sector for too long. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. But I never stop. Like I never just go. I keep my mind open, you know, and that's been a big thing that your channel has taught me to do is just keep my mind open. And
Absolutely.
because things here on Earth are
Oh,
not as they seem, you know, they're totally something's being perpetrated against the people, and I don't
mhm.
know if their plan is coming to fruition like really soon, but something's happening, and I've had that energy feeling. I felt that for a long time that something's going on,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and it's like a little disheartening, you know, just to see there's so much division with all the people and stuff like that. I just wish we could come together a little bit better, you know.
But you know, when you see division, because I was thinking about this the other day, like I'm thinking about division, right? And then
Hmm.
I think to myself, it's like that's on the outer world, but like in your personal world, like the people who are more aligned with you, I
Hmm.
see more, I see like more cohesion. Like I'm
Yeah.
seeing like, you know what I mean? Like I talk to people from everywhere. Like my family's from abroad, but I was born here. And like I talk to everyone, man, woman, child, green, blue, white, green, black, everybody. And I find like there's division on the outer perimeters, but there's a whole lot of cohesion coming on like the people who are really hyper aware now.
Yeah, maybe those who are hyper, like you're saying, aware, know that coming together is so important, and that's where the cohesion's at. The people who actually know how important it is,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because you know, like you're saying, the outer, they don't even understand how important it is to come together. Like how important it would be if there was no store to go to, only your neighbors, only the people around you would be there to help you. You know, so
Sure.
it's like
It's true.
build those relationships because they're very important.
Absolutely. And it really in itself, if you perceive that we're living in a simulation, you would only know there's only a handful of players in here, and everybody else is basically like a sim or you know, like a holographic.
That is definitely one of the things that is like just blows my mind, honestly. I can't. How is that? So the people I'm walking down the street saying hi to, some of them aren't even real people.
I would say the majority aren't. Like, I
That's
don't know if you play like on like my baby brother plays online games with his friends.
yeah.
And you know, like they're in different cities. Like one could be in New York, the other guy could be in San Francisco, another could be in UK, but they all play, right? But when they go into the game, maybe it's like four or five of them. They go into the
Mhm.
game, then when they get in the game, it's a whole bunch of them, and then it's a whole bunch of like simulated people, players from
Mhm.
other places. So
Mhm.
what if I said that we're in a simulation and the majority of non-playable characters are just basically like themed entities that are here to guide you alongst the, you know, the perimeters of the game.
That I mean, that would be a mind trip. And then so like another thing is so we like I'm being like broadcasted to my body. Like I know like who is Dominic, right? Who is Dominic?
Yeah.
Not this body, right? I'm not this body. I
Nope.
am something. I am me, but what am I? You know, am I being like I don't know. It's
Are
just
you
it's
being projected out into this reality? Did you ever
yeah.
watch Jumanji? Like, if you ever watched a Jumanji with Kevin Hart and The Rock, did you ever see the last one, like the
Yeah.
Jumanji?
I haven't seen
Okay.
the last one. I've seen the first one, I think.
Okay. Did you see when they were all like young children, like teenagers, and they jump
Mm-mm.
into the video game? Okay,
Mm-mm.
so you got to watch the newer because you would, and you don't have to accept this, but it would give you a better perception of what we are, maybe, or how this happens. If you watch the Jumanji, the more recent one, the last, I think there's two of them with The Rock and Kevin Hart, and there's a couple other actresses. They basically are like teenagers and they find this kind of like video tape, and they jump into the TV and jump into other bodies,
Mhm.
even though they have the soul essence of who they were originally. So
Okay,
one
so
jumps
the
in and
bodies
becomes
they
a
jump into aren't the same as they aren't.
no, no.
They're
So they're totally different. So like I forgot, Kevin Hart is like is he like a lunar? I forgot who he was, but like I don't know if he was a lunar woman. He jumps into a brown man. He's a zoologist. He explodes from like cake. Like that's his, but his abilities above show up and like he does well in zoology. He can tell you what kind of animals, what they do, what propensities they have. But his one Achilles heel is cake. So if he eats it, he blows up. So I mean, you got to watch it because it kind of talks to that. And also another movie, Bliss, speaks to going in like the Matrix, kind of projecting ourselves into a holographic dome, like experience where, the people who jump in there are like, they actually come in as almost like homeless people. Like one of the women came in as a homeless person, and there were only like a handful of people that were real.
Is there any way to tell for sure, like who is and who isn't?
Well, general people who loop a lot, people who aren't able to change very easily, they're constantly. So if you have a friend, like, let's say we had a friend in elementary or high school, right? And then we see them again, maybe 5, 10 years later, and they're doing the same thing, but it's just the same loop. Okay. And then we see them 10 years later, same thing. And they're just looping. It's just a little bit of a different or enhanced experience, but the same loop. They aren't able to get past a certain level of awareness, or even, their life is very cylindrical, just very predictable. That makes me perceive them as more as most likely a non-playable character as opposed to a real person. A person who's real has more of the ability to uniquely change, not by outer stimulus all the time, usually just by self-initiation.
See, that makes sense. Would an NPC would there ever be any NPC out there who's ever questioning that? Like questioning whether he's real? Like, do they ask
No.
themselves these deep questions, or do they keep it on like a
Surface.
superficial?
I would think it's just I would think that they would just be unaware and unable to even grasp the concept of being a non-playable character. And
That's
all
another,
of yeah.
that's another one of my biggest fears, is to find out I'm not real.
But but just having this conversation and you being able to even grasp it would make me
Yeah.
think that you're real. You know what I mean? Others would be like, oh, she's a Looney Tune. She's on drugs. She's probably drunk right now. You know what I mean? And also with the Mandela effect, I've kind of pinpointed that the Mandela effects are updates in the system. So it's just updates. That's why everything changes. That's how you know we're in a simulation.
I'm definitely Mandela affected. That's for sure. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we get updates like our phone. When our phone gets updates, little changes happen on our phone that previously, and also how you know if it's an NPC is they aren't able to grasp any information previous to the updates.
Okay. That makes sense too.
They only know updated information.
Like there are some, like, what do they call them, like anchor effects, like the Monopoly guy, like for sure had a monocle, like I mean, stuff like that. That like I know for sure, like growing up as a kid, I saw that dude with a monocle, and
at first when it happened, when the Mandela effect happened, I can honestly say took me a while to figure out how they could change everything within. How do you change my book, my Bernstein book? Like how would you do that? So then it had me thinking, okay, they could only change the things in my hologram if they weren't real. If they were real, they couldn't change. So the fact that it's changing before my eyes lets me know that everything in here is holographically based. It can be changed based on the programming.
Right, like something's not so real here. Something ain't so solid as we think, like it's not as solid as we think, or as it portrays itself to be.
And as we get towards the end of the game, most of the simulated people will dissipate because we start getting into the crux and the crannies of the, it's like a game, like a video game. It's really, the end is for the best players. So you're going to start to see less people, and you're going to start to see the active players more visible in our world, including ourselves.
A lot of, and then also, like, I've also really, what I try to do in my day to day is come to grips with death, come to grips with the fact that I'm not going to be here one day, like that's like something I always think about too. I just kind of keep that at the forefront of my mind so that when it does happen, I'm not like freaking out, or I'm staying, I'm just remember what I've been taught, what I've, all the lessons.
What you've been taught. Remember, if you have non-playable characters creating a whole concept of death, why would you align yourself with that because
Well, because I
they
see,
aren't real.
people in my family die, people,
Yeah.
I know it's
Die
happened.
or die or dissipate or disappear because they
Well, they're
really
no
do.
longer here. Yeah.
Yeah. But then we got to talk about the people who are mediums who actually speak to the entities and the energies. So is there
Yeah.
any such
Right.
thing as death, right?
Right. True.
Anyway, these things we ponder, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's an exciting time. I mean, even if all these things are just not or the things I speak about aren't even real, it's just exciting to think that we're in the most fantastic time where things are changing politically,
Definitely.
spiritually. So I mean, just that alone is worth being here.
Super exciting. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It really
Yeah.
is.
So hold on tight because next, what is it? 5 days? Is 5 or 4 days? 4 days.
Yep.
One of the illusionists will show up, and we don't
Yeah.
know. It's either
I
going to
don't
be
know.
civil war within or civil war without.
I don't know. I haven't voted for any. I've never voted. I've never found it.
Be grateful. Yeah, be grateful.
Yeah, I just can't get into it, especially putting like my name on somebody, like officially put my name backing one of these guys who just go around stealing, or one of these
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
or girls that go around stealing, robbing, killing. I can't
yeah.
put my name on that.
Right on. You sound like a playable character. You sound like you came in here to play. You know
I
what I'm saying?
can't. Yeah, right. Well, doesn't that make sense? If you're voting for it, that means you're you're responsible for it.
That's right.
You
You
have
take on a karmic debt. So whatever they do, because I tell people all
exactly
the time for the Kamalarians, I always
Mhm.
tell them, I said, well, this person that they selected, and it lets you know that our political system is a joke because normally we have a voting for who is placed into presidential, to be one of the candidates. She wasn't even selected. She was just placed there.
Yeah, totally. Obviously, yeah. It's one of the most.
And
That's like
then
the biggest difference from her than anybody else. She's just been put there
yeah.
out of weeks.
And I also say, if you didn't like the fact that your food is inflated, if all the bills are higher and all your taxes went up, she's from that administration where that
Yeah,
happened. So what
for
you
sure.
want, so you voting for this being, whoever it is, you're basically asking for more of whatever you have now. So if you like
Yeah.
the inflation, if you like the people coming over the border, 20 plus million, unvetted, who are giving weapons of mass destruction and giving all your pension, then you should vote for her.
I
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
I agree. But then,
And then
and I'm not, that's not as to say is if you don't like that stuff to vote for the other guy because the other guy
no,
isn't.
that's the polarities. Yeah. Then the other
Yeah.
guy, people forget. I don't know how they forget this. I don't know if it's like they went to sleep. They have some sort of amnesia. They
For
must
real.
remember that he was the one who initiated the
For real.
shot of mass destruction. He was
Exactly.
the one. Nobody remembers that. Yeah, and he's proud of it. He says that it was
He's
the
the
best thing
father
he
of the
did.
vaccine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody who wants to vote on the other side, you getting somebody who let the sleeper cells in on one side, and then you let the other person who let the clot shot in on the other
Yeah.
side. So
It's
if
like
you
people
want more
forget.
of the shots, then you need to get the Tower of Terror. If you want the other one, then you want more sleeper cells and super soldiers, then you vote for the other side.
See, amnesia has a big part of this play. Amnesia is always hitting people, and that's what's so crazy too. Like when you first come here, you can't remember anything about your past lives or
Yeah.
what you were doing before this, and
Yeah. But that's part of playing the game. Would you want to play the game if you knew everything?
no, it'd make it boring.
Come on. I mean, at
Yeah.
least we want a little action, kind of just exciting, not knowing what's coming
Yeah,
next.
it is.
And we wouldn't really
Right.
be good players. It wouldn't be a game if we didn't come in, with
For
some
sure.
form of non-awareness so that we could collect the awareness and conscious data to be able to up-level ourselves and wake up outside of the game.
Totally.
Well, thank
But,
you, Sunstar, for
yeah,
coming
anyway,
in.
I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thanks for having
Thank
me
you,
on. I
thank you,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. Okay,
All
talk
right.
to you later. Peace.
See you later.
Say hi to our Sunstar, everybody.
Later.
That is so cool. Thank you, Sunstar. He came on in. His name was Real Man, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not many men want to call themselves real anymore because they're holographic. They're holographic. Okay, I'm going to take one more person. Okay. Okay, I'll take two more because I can only take one more, y'all. One more because I got to get out of here. I gotta get out of here, and I hope everybody liked this. So I'm taking on Sean Edwards. I think Sean is from our group, and in in what you call it in Zoom. Yeah, that's our Sean. Hey, Sean. What up, Sean? Hey, see, that's our sun star. Hey, look at him, pretty too.
Yes, I'm here.
You
I'm
came in.
here.
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. What you doing? What you up to?
All right, so let me say gratitude for allowing me to grace your platform. God is flood burn, if I may refer to you as that.
Yes, sir.
And so you mentioned the encounter you had with the dark beings the
Yeah.
other day.
On the
Okay.
phone. Yeah.
So my stomach tingling right now.
Woo.
Okay. Now, so I had a dream about 4 weeks ago, and I tell my old lady all of my dreams because she communes with my ancestors. She's
Good.
like
I love it.
us. Yeah. So um it, you and grandmother Dean speak about these beings. Joseph,
Mm.
Papa Candelo, the mighty
Mhm.
gorillas, and everything that you guys have said along those lines, it resonated with me. So in this dream, I woke up. I was inside of a commercial garage. It was dark at night. I
Mhm.
was standing in the doorway of the garage. I was talking to two people that was like standing in the alley of it. I'm
Mhm.
in the doorway of the garage. They're standing in the alley, and we were talking. It was dark, but you got the lights on the poles and stuff like that, so it was
Mhm.
it was lit out there.
Mhm.
And this is exactly what happened. The guy on the left said, "Hey man, there's some thieves around here breaking into the car." My first thought was, "Oh, somebody around here stealing." I got my gun. I checked
Mhm.
my pocket. I didn't have it.
Mm.
I thought about it. I said, "Oh, it's at the car." So I wasn't scared because it was thieves, but it cautioned me, "Hey, go get your strap.
Mhm.
Whatever may go wrong." So as I went to gesture to the left to go get it, I don't know why, but immediately to my right, I looked. It was like I was finna come out the doorway to go toward the car,
Mhm.
but when I went to do like that, I looked to my right, and I promise you, grandmother Dean to tell you, I promise you, it was about, I would say, just at glance, about 500 or more black men.
Mm.
But I couldn't distinguish the face, like, oh, he got a nose like this.
Mhm.
It was none of that. But I knew that these were Melaninite men.
Mhm.
There was an army of them. You know how the hats that it's like the green beret hats. That's like
Yes.
it was hats. They had hats on like that. They had dark. Their gear was dark. I didn't
Mm.
see. I don't think I saw weapons or guns. But when I saw them, I immediately, when I went to, it happened in a split second. I looked and
Mhm.
and I jumped back and I
No, that's
ran and I scooted all the way in the corner of this garage away from the door because the two guys that were outside, I knew that they had met because they were only a few feet away.
Mhm.
I felt like they didn't see me, but I saw enough of them to know, hey, get back in there. And I
That's
got
right.
it. So I woke up and I told my old lady, I said, Big Head, I don't know who these people were.
Mm.
They were us, but they ain't no joke.
Yes.
Whatever their energy was, they are no joke. It is. I couldn't. I
You
couldn't.
saw them. You saw them. You actually, that's contact. You saw them. You actually witnessed what's here. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, yes. And so when you said it today, you said, "Has anybody seen anything or encountered any type of militant?" And I was like, "Wait a minute." You talked about the Olmec and how the Olmecs have the
That's some
helmet on
steel
their
thing.
head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that these were like some type of helmet to like some type of technology that they had
Yes.
on their head.
Yes. Yes.
And then I'm looking at the Planet of the Apes, the Monkey Man, the this, the that.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
saying, and then I mentioned to you in a comment about Simeon Toko.
Hmm.
And what
That's right.
he said something to the effect that when we come back, you won't be able to do this.
That's right.
Something to that effect. So all of that brought to mind. I said, you know what? I think Miss Floodburn is right. They are here.
They are here.
Our
They're definitely here.
ancestors, whoever these beings are, they ain't playing no games with nobody. It ain't about race, color, class,
Nope.
none of it. It's
Nothing.
about divine law.
That's right.
And I feel
Say
like,
it again. Say it again.
yes, it's about divine law. And I feel like these gentlemen are here to restore the matriarch, period.
Woo.
Period. It ain't no, and when you talked about how, okay, so something that I noticed between you, Rod Hayes, Grandmother Dean, and Delbert Blair, whatever her revelations are, whatever communication she gives to us from the soul and spirit, the ancestors, soon before or soon after that, you come right around and what you say resonates with that. It's like many versions of the same truth, and it allows us to see into it in a way that we can understand
From
whoever's on
different
the
angles.
receiving.
From different angles. Everybody has
Yes,
their own angle from it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I feel like no matter what goes on in the political arena, that whole fiasco,
It don't matter. Yeah.
it don't matter. We're witnessing the restoration of the matriarch.
Woo! Thank you, Chad.
Yes,
And you know, it's
yes.
interesting. I actually think that that's why they have a cosplayer, Kamala. I think they're trying to placate like that's a woman and that's a divine feminine, so that they almost like to say, "Hey, look, we have someone like this representing this arena. Look, we
Uh-huh.
have a melanated woman." I think they're doing that to try to placate as if they're resonating on that frequency, and it's just smoke and mirrors.
Yes, yes. So I feel that way too because they what's that word when somebody mimics you? They take us like they take your song and they sing the
Oh, it's
song.
culture vulturing and all that kind of craziness, right? Or is
Yeah,
it something like that?
I can't think of it. So
Yeah.
I feel like by them doing that to the people that's aware, they're trying to represent to the world what the matriarch should look like. But it's a patriarchal and it's an illusion. So
Absolutely.
they're copycatting and trying to trying to make an example to make it seem as though that this is what's really happening when in reality the real matriarch is being restored, not this horror called Babylon, if you may excuse my expression.
Right on,
When I
right
say
on.
horror as Babylon, I mean just
It
anybody
is.
that walks in that energy.
Yep, absolutely.
You
I
know what
agree.
I'm saying? Yes, yes. So
I
I just
agree.
wanted to say that and to say that when I've been debating on this for hours since I've been on live. I was like, should I come and say this?
Yes, yes, please, please. No
can I
better than one of our own.
yes, can I share one more thing with the
Please,
family here?
please.
Okay, so let me just go here because it was your video you did about a year ago. It was pertaining to a UFO that was cloaked as a cloud.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I remember that. Yes.
So a few weeks before, I don't know why it is a few weeks before. Okay. Oh, let me stop this.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So a few weeks before I saw your video, I woke in the dream and I went on the live with Grandmother Dean and I asked her about the dream. She told me everything about the dream. So it's been verified. So in the dream, I woke up, it was a group of us. I couldn't see who was with me, but we was together. It was a group of us.
Yes.
We were inside of a house and we were looking out the window. We saw an ominous looking cloud in the distance about a quarter of a mile away. Okay. Now we knew I didn't see what was going on in the street until I got to the second house. So we were looking for this cloud. We saw the cloud. We knew that in order to be safe, we had to run across the yard, get to this other house before the cloud came overhead. Because once the cloud came overhead, whatever it was causing the people to do, now that I look at it, it would affect us. So we made a mad dash across the yard. I blanked out, and when I woke up, we was in the house that we were running to. Now, this is where it get crazy. So we were in the house that we were running to, and I was squatted down. And when I lifted my head up and I looked out the window, all I saw was the movie Cell and Final Destination taking place all in one. I can tell you a few things that I saw. Yes. I saw a man eating a dog. I saw vehicles crashing. I saw people fighting like it was no tomorrow. It was just to the extreme. Yeah. I saw all of these things happening like in one compact event. And once we saw what was happening, we knew to duck our head down, because if they saw us, then that energy would come towards us.
That's right.
So, a couple of weeks later, you came out with the video of the cloud that was cloaked, and it was moving.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait a minute, man, hold up.
We in the same channel frequency. We on the same channel. You know when you're on the channel, like the same channel.
Yeah, so I said to myself, I'm looking at the dream like, okay, in the Quran, they talk about there's a surah called the cloud. I always wonder, what's the point of a surah or a chapter being called the cloud? It's something deeper and esoterical to that. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm looking at, I always ask myself the question, how are they able to use the technology? Can they use technology to turn people and to get them to do what they're doing? And I said, well, I know that the jab, can I say that here?
You could say it,
I know that the hokey pokey. Yeah, I know that. I know that the hokey pokey is how they get whatever they need into the system.
We saw the Bluetooth showing up in the graveyards with the Bluetooth and people who got the hokey pokey.
Yes. And my family members got it too. I see a stark difference. Okay. But I said, okay, whatever it is about that cloud, it's linked to that. And that's gonna be one of the
like Starlink. Kind of like a Starlink.
Yes. And I'm almost prepared to believe that that's one of the ways that they'll be able to manipulate people on a higher technological level.
You're right.
Once we go further into this transition, because even though for some it seems like a transition for the bad, but it's a transition to the good, because we are watching justice take place in the restoration of the matriarch. Period.
Sean is always on point, coming in with the fire in the yard. What? And also, don't forget that movie, because I gotta go. But that movie, remember that movie? Don't Look. No, the one with the cloud. Remember the cloud that was like a weird being. It was eating people and spitting out. Nope. That was another one referencing that cloud. Remember that?
Yes.
And you could not look at it. If you looked at it, it would chase you. You couldn't look at it. You had to totally not look at it, because once you created a link with your vision and it locked onto you.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, so when I look into the cell phones, they have a thing called biometrics, right? So I now that the first thing that popped in my head when you said that is that, okay, so they're able to sense, depending on whatever the frequency of the person is, and if they can control the emotion, maybe depending on the height of our emotion at that time, will determine if they can notice that, or if it'll give off some type of detection or something.
Yes.
So That's what I thought.
They
It
could
just
probably
popped in
tap
my
into
head.
that energy if it's like if they know that if someone is remember those things. Oh, gotta go. Remember those things online. I don't know if you probably remember this. Remember they had different color dresses and different color shoes, and they say, "What color do you see?" It was like they were doing a beta test with us online. They were doing all these weird things on Facebook where they'd show a
Yes,
dress, and the dress they'd
yes,
be like, "Is it gold or is it blue? Which color do you see?" And then they
yes,
did the same with shoes. I think that was a way to beta test and tap in to see who would be receptive to certain kinds of frequency
yes,
interfaces. And if you
yes,
said a certain color, they knew that if 70% of the people said blue, then we're going to put this frequency in because we knew it worked. It's like a beta test. Yeah.
yes, yes. I concur with everything you're saying. God is
Yeah.
fur burn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo! I gotta thank everybody needs to thank Chan because he came in and ended this Zoom with a blast. This is a Zoom bee. He comes on in, he came with the magic. Thank you again, Chan, for coming on and illuminating and coming in with the frequencies on Halloween. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Be
yes.
safe
You're
tonight.
welcome.
The ghouls and the transformers are gonna be out in full form tonight, y'all. So be careful, Chan.
Oh, yes, me and my old lady stay ready and
You
we
know what I'm
stay
saying?
paid up. Yes.
That's
So
right.
y'all
All right.
take care of yourself. Take care of
Thank you,
yourself,
Sean.
sir. We
Thank
hear
you.
you. I
Thank you. See
say.
you later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I love me some Sean, boy. He came in with the fire. All right, everybody. So I want to thank everybody for coming into Zoom. I hope you enjoyed this impromptu. Such amazing people that came in today. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your stories and shares and illuminating everyone. If you really liked this type of, what I did today, just put a big like and let me know that this is something that you would like me to do more of. And I can occasionally do topics and kind of tap into kind of like what I used to do with, Aquarius Rising, Ninth Gate, and I can actually open up a platform doing exactly this, sharing contactees and people who are having layers that interface interdimensionally, extraterrestrially, and subterraneally. Okay, so tell me if you like it. Let me know what you'd like to be twerked. This is just basically me just trying something new and different. And I want to wish everybody well on this fantastic day of whatever it's going to be tonight. Remember, the veil is very wide open. You have a link to talk to your ancestors. Take that moment, speak to them, connect to them. And I'll be talking to you tonight on, I think I'll be on Zoom tonight, but I may be a little, we might be on Sunday as well. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I will talk